Who is this guy, Turpin? This is Randolph Turpin. Things have not been easy for Randolph Turpin. From the time he first went to school, he was eager for the day when he could help the mother who worked so hard to feed and clothe him, his two brothers, and his sister. He didn't shine with any special brilliance at lessons. In fact, he was just normal and preferred playtime to school time. And like any normal, healthy boy, he was always ready for a friendly scrap. From his early efforts, nobody could have imagined that here was a world champion of tomorrow, starting on a long, hard road. But already young Randy was dreaming his dreams. Hours of backyard practice fitted him to win most of the many scraps that came his way. His first bicycle was a big thrill. But he'll tell you learning to ride scared him more than any of his big fights. In Leamington, his hometown, it was easy for a boy to find good spots to fish. He could get out into the country and worry the lives out of any fish foolish enough to come near a lad looking for fun. Like grown-ups, boys do a lot of thinking when they're fishing. Randy wanted to make money for Mom, and he wanted to fight. A big program for a little boy. There was always a dog, his own or somebody else's. He had a way with animals. He still has. So it was no wonder that when the boy became a man, he found himself working in a stable. That was an outdoor job, too, which was another reason why he liked it. He worked hard, but he kept up his boxing in his spare time. But with two fighting brothers in the family, the limelight wasn't on young Randolph yet. Still, he was helping with the family budget. The fighting youngster was now a man, standing on his own 2 feet. The first part of his dreams had come true. Building was the next job he took on. Still out of doors, very much so in the cold weather. Not pleasant, but work that built him up and made him tough. He was climbing the ladder. Slowly maybe, but he was climbing. As a sea cadet, in his spare time, Randy's keenness earned the praise of Mr. Mugridge, his instructor. But when he volunteered for the Navy, they made a cook out of him. Well, somebody had to see that the Navy got its grub, so that was okay with Randy. But Slinging Hash must have done his boxing a bit of good, because he won the Navy championship. When he decided he was ready to go places, he consulted an old friend, a man who had encouraged him to box from childhood, George Middleton. Together they planned with Mr. Middleton as manager, and Randy began to fight his way into the limelight. Then suddenly, George Middleton had a world title match on his hands. With Turpin signed to fight Robinson, Mr. Middleton became a really busy man. First, he had to organize a training camp. A place in North Wales sounded promising. Not far from Rhyl, famous North Wales seaside resort, in a lovely house overlooking the Irish Sea, lives Leslie Saltz, a man of many interests, only one of which interested Mr. Middleton. In this perfect, health-giving district, he had a modern training camp. It was here Bruce Woodcock once trained. And so one day, by appointment, Mr. Saltz awaited the arrival of Randolph Turpin and his trainer, Bill Hyam. Trainer Bill Hyam decided this place was just what they were looking for. They fixed details with Mr. Saltz, and Randy began training for the vital fight of his career in the showplace of North Wales, beautiful Greif Castrum. reports began to reach London that made the odds shorten. Turpin was training 12 hours a day. He was sparring for hours at a time, and he was hurting his sparring partners. Experts laughed, but Randy didn't care. He just kept punching away, even at Ted Morgan. As the fight drew near, he became the calmest man in the camp. He smoothed the rhythm of his boxing, and when the day's work was done, turned to rhythm for relaxation.
Myself a boxing man, shot a shoot, flick my hand, my gals and pal, I don't care. Hold on the dog, people all for us, little people man,
But if Randy was calm, he'd certainly got the crowd going. They cheered his every appearance. They had him guessing. He couldn't understand it. Nothing like this had happened to him before. Always a shy type. He just didn't know what to do about this. But maybe it was just what he needed. This sign that others too thought he was good. Back in Leamington, they believed in Randy. In no place more than in Randy's home. And no one more firmly than his mother. It was Randy they talked about. When the neighbors called to spend an evening, they wanted to know what was the latest news. Had he got a secret plan? You couldn't hear the radio for the chatter, and nobody wanted to anyway. And then one morning with Brother Dick, his best friend, the man who'd shaken the world with his sensational victory, came to tell his mother, "I've won." It's an old Turpin tradition. After each fight, the three brothers tell their story to the woman whose faith and encouragement was their inspiration. And here are the fighting Turpins with their mother. But they'll tell you she was the greatest fighter of them all because of the fight she had to bring up her family. They know what she went through, and it's not stretching the truth to say they idolize her. And that goes for Sister Kathy. Then followed the old routine, the first-hand account of the fight, almost round by round, with illustrations. It's a strangely close-knit family, this. The boys even refuse to fight each other in the ring. And then, the new world champion took his first look at the city of Westminster, pushing his way through the crowd to look at Buckingham Palace. They wanted to see him, and he wanted to see all the places he'd only read about. To stare at the palace sentries in the quaint wooden boxes. Perhaps to get a glimpse of the king. To the palace at St. James, the king's official palace. All foreign ambassadors are credited to the court of St. James. It was a big thrill to come across the household cavalry, the king's bodyguard. These and all the places we think of as London, he wanted to see. In Whitehall, he finds the mounted sentries. Remember when he was a stable lad? Trafalgar Square, that's Nelson up there on his column. And down here, like all tourists to London, Randy feeds the pigeons. The blitzed city of London, 1 square mile gutted in one night. And nearby, majestic St. Paul's, which escaped the flames on that night of terror. It was here that General Eisenhower placed the Book of Memory, recording the names of 28,000 Americans killed in action while based in Great Britain. Oh, please, Randy. And mine too, please. The Royal Exchange, Quote, "I think your policemen are wonderful." Unquote. The Bank of England, and Randy meets the Beetle. And here's the $64 question. What is he wearing and why? And the West End of London for the first time. Regent Street, Piccadilly, Piccadilly Circus, Eros, the god of love, the Warner Theatre, Leicester Square, Walt Disney's Alice in Wonderland, the Empire Theatre, Leicester Square, the London Palladium, the home of variety, the Odeon, Leicester Square, the Festival of Britain, Grosvenor Square. Randy walks up to take a look at the monument erected to the memory of Britain's greatest friend in her hour of need, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And then came the hallmark of his success, his hometown's tribute to the local boy who made good. With the Earl of Warwick and the Mayor of Leamington, he rode in state to the town hall, and everything stopped in Leamington while the people came to cheer. On the town hall steps, and then, overwhelmed with emotion, he came forward hesitantly to meet his friends, to speak to this great multitude.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to be here this afternoon and to have the opportunity of saying thank you. To have the opportunity of saying thank you for all your good wishes and for coming along here to give me this wonderful welcome home. It was a great fight on Tuesday, and I'm naturally very proud to bring the honour of the middleweight championship of the world back to England and Warwickshire. I must tell you how grateful I am to my manager, my trainer, my family and many others who have helped me so much throughout my career. Well, I'm not much at making speeches, but anyhow, you all know what I mean in my own language. Thanks a million.
Yes, that's Randolph Turpin, the British youngster who became the new world champion.